Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Recently, news of the third DLC for Rainbow Six Siege has surfaced in the form of blog posts by Ubisoft themselves. The new DLC has been named Operation Skull Rain and will include 2 new operators from both Brazil's BOPE unit, or BOPE, and a new favela map. But on top of this, we can expect to see a new attachment and a new game mode for custom games. So I'll start with what everyone wants to know about, and that's the new operators. But I will warn you, I'm probably going to butcher these names because I'm terrible at pronouncing them. So firstly is the defensive operator Caveira, and her ability or gadget is the silent step that enables her to sneak up on enemies, immobilize them, and then interrogate them. So I've heard that you become completely silent for a duration of time when you're going to do this, which I don't like if it's too long. But anyway, what it does, it reveals the enemy's teammates' positions. It doesn't say if only you will see the enemy's locations or if your entire team can. I think it'd make more sense if only you could see them, so you could just then tell your teammates. I think it'd be a bit too strong if everyone could from one player performing an ability. Her primary weapons are the M12 and the SPAS-15, and her secondary is the PRB-92. As well as these, she carries a nitro cell and barbed wire for her gadgets. Now, I don't think we needed another operator to have a nitro cell. I'm sure they'll do what they did with Frost sometime in the future and take that away from her, because shields are struggling a little bit now. So I don't think we need it. Right, I don't know how I feel about this ability though. I don't like the fact that it's an ability. I feel like this is taking a step in the wrong direction, but the ability nonetheless does sound pretty cool. I hope the immobilization is a cool animation at least. Like, you can grab them up from behind, slam them to the floor as if you're Solid Snake or something. That'd be really cool. I just hope the duration of the reveal isn't too long and that the reveal is represented as a red marker, as if you're marking someone with a drone, if you know what I mean. Just something simple like that. I don't want it to track enemies through the wall or, you know, something silly. So now you may be wondering, what are we getting for the attackers? Capitão carries a tactical crossbow for his gadget that fires asphyxiating bolts that burns oxygen within a certain radius, as well as micro smoke grenades that can be used to cover an area of a room or an escape route so your team can quickly dash away. He carries an M249 and a Para 308 for his primaries, and the PRB-92 for his secondary, accompanied by frags and stuns. So have you noticed how he doesn't have breaching charges? So they intend for him to be played in a certain way, which is cool. I like that. I don't know what that way will be, but we'll wait and see for when it comes out. His weapons sound very cool. The M249 is a huge LMG, and I love this gun in pretty much every game that I've used it in. But LMGs tend to not be all that great in this game, but let's just hope that changes with the M249. I love the sound of this operator, to be fair, and we're finally getting an operator that can help the attacking team, not one that's selfish. Blackbeard and Buck have both been very selfish, even though Buck's quite good at opening up rooms and walls. He's still rather selfish compared to the other attacking operators. I'm definitely going to play this guy a lot. You could pull off some great maneuvers such as planting the bomb and firing these asphyxiating bolts directly at the bomb, so it sets the area around the bomb alight to stop the enemy from defusing it. That's if it does physically burn the oxygen in the location. It doesn't state that, it just says it burns it. I initially thought of something like tear gas effect, where it kind of disorientates the enemy around it, but it most likely will be an incendiary. So earlier I mentioned that we'll be getting a new map, and it will be set in the Brazilian favela. So far, from what I know, it doesn't have a name, but they're calling it Rainbow Six Siege's most destructible map to date, which to me is great. I love destruction, and demolishing rooms in this game is so satisfying, but I don't know how they're going to make a map more destructible than Border Control, so we'll just have to wait and see. Now for something I didn't expect to see come into the game, and that's a new attachment. With this DLC, a new angle grip attachment will be brought into the game, which will make the transition between hipfire and ADS much faster, creating a faster paced style of combat. I can imagine this being used a hell of a lot. Speed in this game is incredibly strong, so guns such as Sledge's assault rifle and Fuse's AK will be a lot more effective because they don't have much recoil, and Fuse, for example, is very slow, so helping his maneuverability and a faster ADS time for his gun will make him quite it will just be a small buff to him. So I like the sound of this attachment. Now we can also expect to see a new tactical realism mode for custom game modes, which prevents players from marking enemies, allowing only the timer, compass, gadget and weapon panels to be visible in the HUD. Additionally, there are no kill confirmations. A more realistic magazine management will be put into play, and I don't really know what this means. It sounds like you'll only be able to see the amount of magazines you have remaining and not the amount of bullets within a magazine. It will just tell you when you need to reload. Sounds cool, I guess. I would have rathered a new game mode for the casual and ranked game modes, but I guess they're trying to push the esports a bit further and make it better for those lot. This idea is to push players to rely even more on communication and their teams for information. So moving on, there's also been a change to the ranked game mode, which I'm very happy to see, and I've wanted this for a very long time, and this is the surrender option. This allows you to surrender if you're getting destroyed, or if players on your team drop out or just get kicked. But it's based on a majority vote, so you'll need the majority of your team to vote to surrender for it actually to happen. This is just a positive in my eyes, but keep in mind you can only do this before the third round starts. Lastly, we can expect to see something called the health program come into effect sometime in the near future, and they've said that they'll be implementing another anti-cheat going by the name of Battle-Eye. Now, this is working in conjunction with Fair Fight, which is nothing but good news, especially for those PC players. All I ever hear from them is there's a hell of a lot of hackers, cheaters, and it kind of ruins things, especially when you're playing ranked. Quite a lot of people stay away from it, from what I hear. For console players, us on the PS4 and Xbox, we don't really have to worry about this. I don't think I've ever run into hackers, maybe one suspicious team, but that's about it. They'll also be releasing more details on Operation Skull Rain during the Season 2 Xbox Pro League Finals livestream on July 30th, 3 AM CET. Rainbow Six Siege's Operation Skull Rain expansion is coming to PS4, Xbox One and PC on August 2nd. Players who have the Season Pass can expect to have this new operators for free 7 days before the non-Season Pass players, and people who do not have the Season Pass will have access to the new operators a week later. They'll be available for 25,000 renown or 600 credits. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more Rainbow Six Siege content. Cheers, guys. See ya.